Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. This is the next topic in our global marketing course, and we're looking at foreign entry. Okay, now when you've selected um, a country or selected a group of countries for expansion, then you have to then decide on what would be your how would you enter into that country and what would be the modes of entry. Okay, what would be the modes of entry that would be there for getting into that country. So this is what we're going to go in detail now. Um, first of all, let's get back into this list. Okay, so these are the four basic modes of entry. We've got exporting, we've got licensing, we've got strategic alliance, and we've got foreign direct investment. Okay, now when we talk about exporting obviously there are different types of it. We'll talk about that in a little bit of detail afterwards. But exporting is that your company sends its product to the other country, okay, and it might be exporting it directly to someone, or it might be somebody else would be might be sending it on your behalf, or somebody else might be in your country of origin buying that product and sending that to that other country as their products, as labeled as their products, or maybe as labeled as as part of their distribution or whatever. So exporting is sending the products to another country, okay, either directly or indirectly. Okay, then we have licensing. Licensing is that you allow some of the operations of related to your products, okay, can be carried out by other companies, and these would be your licensed companies. Okay, so a manufacturer or maybe a brand might license somebody to some company in that country of destination to sell the products, to service the products, to manufacture the products, okay, or manufacturing some parts of the products, okay, uh, to distribute the products. Okay, so there are different forms of licensing, uh, or to represent the company and only represent the company, not themselves, and that is the strictest form of license, which is your franchising. To franchise, uh, to buy to get a franchise of your company, and use that franchise with your company's name, but operate that in your company's name. Okay, so that would be that also comes in license under licensing. Okay, then we have strategic alliances. Okay, strategic alliances where companies would collaborate together in order to uh, do some joint operations. Okay, the operations could be in terms of distribution, in terms of manufacturing, in terms of marketing, in terms of research and development. So there can be different ways, and then it could be in terms of joint operations as well, where we have the form the type of strategic alliance which is called joint venture, where joint operations are carried out by setting up a venture. Okay, and the alliance companies would be investing some amount of capital, and they'll be taking some responsibility for operating that joint venture as well. Okay, then the last one and the most important one is FDI. Okay, which is foreign direct investment. Okay, now when we talk about foreign direct investment, it is different from foreign investment. Okay, foreign investment is some money coming into the country in the form of investment, then going out very quickly. Okay, that is just foreign investment. But when we say foreign direct investment, then if you look at how it is defined, okay, so it entails that there is a significant commitment of resources, and there is significant commitment of time as well. Okay, so you, the significant commitment of resources of the company for placing its operations, or managing or carrying out some parts of their operations, as well as there's significant commitment of resources in terms of financial resources, that you'll be setting up something, or you'll be buying up something, or and not all, and you can also have significant time commitment, that it is not something that investment coming into the morning and then going out in the evening, that like you can do in the stock markets, but it is your significant placement, significant presence, and a long term commitment to be present in that particular area, region, country. Okay, so that is what foreign direct investment is. Okay. So these are the four basic elements. Now I'll just go through the different types. I won't be going in too much detail, but I'll just be giving you. I'll be just reading through, and you can get an idea of what it is. And further, what we can do is that we can have detailed lectures. In the future, we can have. I might be posting some detailed lectures on each particular one, explaining each particular one. Okay. So the first mode type or mode of entry is exporting. Exporting can be of three types. You can have indirect exporting, you can have direct exporting, and you can have direct sales. Okay? Indirect exporting is where the manufacturer is not the exporter. Okay, the manufacturer is different and the exporter is different, and it can be happening in these four different. There are these four different forms. It can be there. You can have piggybacking, consortia, EMCs, which is export marketing companies or export management companies, or you can have trading companies. But the core concept is that the manufacturer is different from the exporter. Okay, then you can have direct exporting, which where the manufacturer is the exporter as well, um, where the manufacturer can directly send the product or export the product to market country agents, or they can set up their own sales subsidiary and export to that own sales subsidiary themselves. Okay, so that is direct exporting. And then we have direct sales, where you do not have a physical presence, but you are utilizing um, you are utilizing networks. Like you can be utilizing the mail network, where we had the mail order concept, that you have a catalog, and on the catalog you can give a mail order. Or now, this is now obviously getting more prevalent. We have the e-commerce, okay, where you may not have a physical presence in that country, but you would be sending. You can be taking orders online, and you'll be sending the products through courier. Okay, um, so these are there for exporting. Okay, then we have licensing. In licensing there are different types. We have technical licensing, we have contract manufacturer, we have original equipment manufacturer, OEM license, we have management contracts, we've got turnkey contracts, and the last one is franchising. Okay, so these are different elements that can be there. Then we have strategic alliance. In strategic alliance, there can be different orientations for the alliance. You can have a distribution alliance, you can have a manufacturing alliance, you can have a R&D alliance, research and development alliance, and you can have a joint venture. Okay, where you have significant commitment of resources by the strategic partners. Okay. Then we have FDI, which is foreign direct investment. This could be in the form of a wholly owned manufacturing subsidiary, or in terms of a service company, it could be your company owned offices or company owned premises, and uh, you can have assembly base, you can have assembly line setup, or you can have a full-fledged manufacturing, you can have a research and development acquisition. And the issues are, would you go for outsourcing? Greenfield investment again means that you build up your facilities from scratch. Maybe if it's a service center, then you build it up, you buy the land, you do the construction, and then you operate it and own it. If it's a factory, manufacturing facility, then you buy the land, develop the infrastructure, and operate the manufacturing facility yourself. Or it can be in the form of an acquisition, where in both in manufacturing or even services, it could be that all there's a company that is already working, and you go and buy that company, or you buy the premises, or you buy the operating areas and operating infrastructure from some company, and this would be in the form of an acquisition. But again, all of this signifies significant commitment of resources and significant investment that is put in there. That is why it is called an FDI. Okay, okay, guys. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.